Lacey Stark with Coldwell Banker.
Susan Dunfee with Canopy Mortgage, and today we want to explain the differences between an inspection and an appraisal.
An inspection is different than an appraisal in the sense that the buyer gets to do the inspection very early on in the purchase process, and it is a discovery phase of the transaction where the buyer hires an inspector to come in to see all the nuances of the home. He inspects or she inspects the home from top to bottom, all the way from the roofing and attic space to the foundation and the crawl space. They come in and they will discover anything that could be of concern with the home itself and give the buyer an opportunity to ask the seller to take care of a repair, or even if there's something major wrong with the house, they can decide not to move forward with the transaction and then move on to buy another home. But it's a great opportunity to gather all the information that a buyer would like to know about a home.
And an appraisal is different. It is mandatory most of the time on the lending side. So the lender is the one who will order it, and as a lender, I don't get to choose who it is. That is an anonymous process, and that is required by law to help avoid fraud. However, the appraisal is going to say whether the home meets the minimum requirements for the loan program that is being used, condition-wise, and it gives the buyer an opportunity to negotiate some of those repairs if they are required on the lending side. It also gives them a chance to walk away if there is something that cannot be negotiated on the lending side. The appraisal also gives a estimated value based on comparables to that home, geographically, similar size, and different features that are the same. So that is required as the lending side. On occasion, we get approval from the computer systems to be able to waive that requirement, but the majority of the time, especially on purchases, it is a requirement. So make sure that that is included in your budget for your closing costs.
Yeah, and inspection, there's all different kinds of inspections. Basic inspection is a whole home inspection that covers all of the parts of the home. You can also do a radon test. There's all kinds of testing. Mold testing you can perform. Sewer scopes are great for discovery as well. So there are lots of different types of inspections,
and something that you need to be prepared to pay for as the buyer.
Yes. Yes.
So, also if it has a well, there's well testing as well.
Well and septic tests, yes. And there are certain tests that the seller must perform versus the tests that the buyer wants to do for discovery.
The required testing can also vary depending on location and the loan program, as I know that like ants and insect inspection can be a requirement for VA in certain states. Mm-hmm. So just something to make sure that you talk with your realtor about, so that you know what tests you need, what you should get, what are required. So if you have any more questions, give us a call.